Another example of the kind of guy my dad is that he ate tuna fish every single day of his life from ages 12 to ages 30. And he did it because it was 50 cents cheaper than the other sandwich option. And he was just accruing the financial benefits of 50 cents a day. And then it gave him crippling mercury poisoning. And my father had crippling mercury poisoning when he inseminated me. My mom was a horse lady, and she also taught me how to ride. I was a pretty good horseman as a kid, and my mom said it's important because horseback riding teaches you leadership, because most leadership is implicit through body language and how you carry yourself, which is how horses communicate. And she said, quote, "Deal with a horse as you would deal with a woman or a crowd. They are emotional prey animals." My school was mostly gay and Chinese people. Back to the story. So it was past midnight, I couldn't sleep, and I was thinking of the first step of killing myself, which is cutting my arm. And I had a big kitchen knife in my dad's house. I put the knife up against my arm. I thought, wait, Rudyard, if you have a knife, and a big knife, why are you using it on yourself and not against the world? Because a knife is a knife. I have seen things I cannot even articulate to you, given they exist outside the human frame of consciousness, and yet are so clearly real. I have seen 1,000 years pass in a single instance, and the sheer enormity of the human experience as expressed in that time with each individual soul and each individual life. I have seen 1,000,000 suns crash together at once, creating such a level of cosmic destruction as to lead back to nothingness. I have seen the whole of human life concentrated into the great chain of being, and the whole of cosmic beyond human, all the animals and gods and spirits contained within the great chain of being, stretching and powered from the lower levels of pettiness and evil to God at the top. I have seen 1,000,000,000 lives at once, and in which you know the individuality of the living whole in the human spirit or the mind of God feeding off the individual lives, with all of someone's life clustered into a single vial that is their consciousness. When you perceive the spirit world, there's this divine semen, where semen can imprint on a variety of different women in different contexts to produce a different child. So you're interacting with the divine semen, where as you interact with each other, something new comes out, which is why these underlying archetypes manifest in different societies around the world in different garbs, because they're interacting with different environments. Where there's the underlying timeless semen. I'm going to keep saying it because I know it makes you uncomfortable. It's funny to watch you squirm. Egypt was cool. The pyramids are really big and really old, but they're like a giant pile of rocks. I admire how old and big the pile of rocks is, though. And Italy was like France, but worse. He also got the Taliban Foreign Ministry to watch my videos, and they marked them as culturally significant content in their archives. Oh, God. So this was the elephant I was worried about before I did ayahuasca. I really love the act of being a leader. I feel truly alive for the first time. I can feel your energy, and I can connect with you even through the screen. There's nothing that can beat the feeling of speaking in front of a crowd, channeling its energy into your words, and as you breathe in unison with the crowd. There's nothing better than holding the knife of decision in the air, where you're about to make a decision, trying to figure out where you strike. The act of making a decision and executing is it's so hype. Your society is so cognitively a woman that we literally sent you a charming, handsome, 6'4", cook, adventurer, celebrity young man to teach your society wisdom. And his audience is still 96% male, so you're still not grateful as a female society. We normally send some short old guy who wanders around. Rudyard is a gift from God. Odin intervened in the game, and he said, "Hey kid, if you write a list of every girl you masturbate to, I will solve every issue in your life." I feel like we've built up enough connection after 6 hours that I can share stuff like this with you, and you've seen so much worse so far in this story. This is nothing compared to some of the earlier stuff with my mom. I thought it was kind of weird when Odin said it, but he had healed my PTSD, so I'll do what he says. You don't understand how much I love God, both Yahweh and Odin, for healing my PTSD. You cannot understand my motivational system here. And I did it, and I was looking at the list of girls I had wanked to. I had been feeling lethargic before I started writing the list, as PTSD has a nasty tendency to. This might be too much information, but we're past that stage, where every single girl on the list was white. And I'm only really attracted to white girls. I also find porn innately disgusting. Remember, I do have empathic abilities where I can look at the porn girl and then figure out her mental state and figure out what she's about. And they're all clearly addicted and really depressed. And I just find them really sad to watch. I don't know how you folks enjoy this or find this fun. Thus, I only look at old school artistic nudes, like the kinds you'd keep at a museum's art. I find the female form irresistible, and thus I keep nude art around my house alongside my collections of artisanal leather, antique maps, and Chinese watercolor. My message can be concentrated into this one sentence. I stand so that men won't be cattle. A man cannot be treated as a cow, and for that to happen is a mortal sin. Although I do not support violence, I will die for this cause. I stand so that other men can stand. I have suffered to tell you that you are not weak. You don't need the managers. If I can be strong, so can you. I have set you free. You no longer need a master, and you are a free man. Another thing, how you treat animals in the forest is unforgivable. Keep in mind how you treat others is reflected in yourself. When we put animals into factory farming, you were creating a society that would eventually try to do the same to its own people. As the animal lord, I'm going to call myself the deer lord, but this is a pretty cute beaver. I stand for the other deer of the forest. We do not honor the forest, and thus we rape the land constantly. The forest and the animals would like some respect. You really should ban factory farming, and you should eat meat, but you should make sure the animals live happy lives where they feel loved. The animals in the forest love you so much. Why don't you love them back? Look at the cute beaver. Do you want to hurt the cute beaver? Your ancestors have been so mean to the beavers. You killed them. You wiped out all the beavers in North America and Europe. You should help, or the beavers have kind of survived. I saw some beavers in Pennsylvania, but the beavers used to be nigh extinct. You should help the beavers reproduce. The beavers build beautiful dams. Thank you, Mr. Beaver. I killed your god. If you are excellent, the tree will innately protect you. It was going to avoid its defense of Western civilization until this young man showed up. You haven't realized it yet, but this young man already saved you. You don't have to worry anymore. He's here to protect you and take care of you. You already won. You don't have to worry. Everything is going to be fine. Rudyard will protect trying to move you up the great chain of being, and he will protect thinkers, adventurers, mystics, the great, the glorious, and others. We will protect as much as we can those trying to help evolution move forward. Your age has been so cruel to them, and it's painful for us to watch. Rudyard has an incredibly rare genetic gift, which he cutely calls the radio tower. Rudyard has projected his psychic gifts onto others, in which most mystics can only channel one god or another. Rudyard has an ability to channel the near whole spirit world. We know you humans are about to hit some scary times, so Rudyard is our gift to you. He is the spirit world's equivalent of Wikipedia, which is here to explain to you how the spirit world works. Please enjoy him responsibly. Let me drink another cup of kratom. God, I might need more CBD. You know, you guys can go fuck yourselves, right? You know, I'm not crazy, because if a sane person lived through what I just showed you, this would be their reaction. It would break a crazy person. I am here showing you how beautiful my octopus mug is. I am a sorcerer, and sorcerers and witches hate each other, because we're very different, and you might not realize that. I practice, ironically, I am a white magician who practices right-hand magic. And so I am a white right-wing magician. So it was pretty obvious the left was evil because left is the Latin word sinister, or untrustworthy, and left-hand magic was magic built off taking from others, and it's left hemisphere power-based magic where you have to siphon energy off from others. And then white-handed magic is magic that helps people grow. And I am a white magician because my energy comes from you having positive experiences. I can feed off your energy, and thus for strategic reasons, I need to make sure you have good vibes so I can feed off them to make me better off. And right-hand magic that comes from God, left-hand magic that comes from the devil, and witches practice left-hand magic. There are some female sorcerers, but I'm not talking about them, I'm talking about witches. And there are some male witches. And then sorcerers. Some sorcerers are good, some are bad. I haven't studied this topic that much. I've only read like 40 books on it. I need to read 2 to 3 times that much to truly understand it. But so the white magic is similar, where white magic is magic that serves God, and it recharges by goodness and letting go, which is why Christ lets us go, because only by letting us have free will can God truly take pride in our success, because he knows we did it. In the same manner, a mother and a father must let go of their children to be free. And the left hand, they want to control you, so to siphon off their energy. I am setting you free. Do you understand? Before I get going, I gotta drop some messages for you. First is that hats are out of fashion in your era of history, and I see that as an unfortunate thing because they're so cool. You can have a nice hat. I think I rock this fedora. And I'm purposely wearing a fedora to mog the haters. You can mock me now. I dare you. I dare you to mock me for wearing a fedora. You can go ahead. What's that monolith? The one in DC. I forget its name. Yeah, that's an erect penis. Arthur C. Clarke wrote a book called 2001: A Space Odyssey. And it said that in the year 2001, there would be a breakthrough in how humans processed consciousness relating to stuff like AI and space and new technologies. So I guess he was right. I was born in 2001. If society is my girlfriend, the message I would convey to you is, I don't actually like you, and we need some space. Here we go. I state before the Lord God and Hermes that I now have sealed the contract in the Blue Room. You have my official guarantor in front of the public and my official signing that my contract is now closed. I am officially a public servant of the Blue Room. Done. Oh, God. And so I've seen so much, I've done so many things to figure out who I am, because I always wondered who that was. And I now know that I have the answer. I am Rudyard William Lynch, the man who killed a god.